After confirming his plan, Joe Mingrui felt an instant sense of relief, as though he had found a mental anchor in the midst of chaos. The fear and unease that had gripped him earlier were swept to the back of his mind, replaced by determination and clarity. With a steadier heart, he finally had the mood to carefully study Klein's fragmented memories. He stood up, turned off the gas valve, and watched as the wall lamp dimmed until the last flicker of its flame was swallowed by darkness. Sitting back down, he absent-mindedly fiddled with the revolver's brass cylinder, pressing the side of his head while recalling Klein's scattered recollections. The memories were incomplete, shattered like broken glass. There were glaring gaps: how the revolver came into Klein's possession, whether his death was suicide or murder, and the meaning behind the ominous words scrawled in the notebook. Asterisk, everyone will die, including me. Even ordinary knowledge seemed lost, and Joe Mingrui realized that, in Klein's condition, it would be impossible for him to graduate from university despite having just left campus days ago. Fragments surfaced: a pending interview with Tianjin University's history department, a recommendation letter from his mentor, and lingering memories of academic struggle. As the crimson moon slowly set beyond the window and the eastern horizon began to glow gold, faint noises stirred within the apartment. Footsteps soon approached. "Melissa's awake, punctual as always," Joe murmured with a faint smile. Through Klein's memories, he felt a strange warmth toward her, an affection like that of an elder brother, but it clashed with the truth that he had no sister at all. Melissa, unlike her brothers, had benefited from the new basic education law in the Lone Kingdom, which had established public schools emphasizing religious neutrality. She was passionate about mechanics, fascinated by gears and steam engines, and had earned her place at the Tianjin Technical School's Department of Steam and Machinery. However, her education came at a cost: 9 pence a week, and with Benson's company struggling, the family's finances were stretched thin. Joe recalled Klein's helplessness in easing Benson's burden. Born to a humble background, Klein had fought desperately to keep up with his more privileged peers, staying up late and waking early to barely pass his courses. These reflections lingered until the sound of the doorknob jolted Joe back to reality. Panic surged through him. He was holding a revolver. "This is a semi-regulated item. It'll scare her," he thought, frantically shoving the weapon into a drawer and slamming it shut. The door opened. Melissa, a thin but bright-eyed girl, peered in curiously. Joe forced a calm expression, closing the drawer and pretending to fiddle with a silver vine-leaf pocket watch. The moment his fingers brushed his temple, he realized the wound had completely healed. The pocket watch, once their late father's prized possession, was the most valuable thing he had left behind. Though it often malfunctioned, Melissa had recently managed to repair it herself using tools from school. Joe wound the watch absent-mindedly, but the second hand didn't move. "Seems it's broken again," he muttered. Melissa silently took it from him, made a few quick adjustments, and the tick-tock of life returned. Joe blinked in surprise. Then a distant cathedral bell chimed 6 times. Melissa listened, adjusted the time, and handed it back with a flat, "It's okay now." Joe smiled sheepishly, earning a silent, unimpressed glance before she fetched her towel and toiletries. Why does she look at me like that? Like I'm a hopeless fool? He wondered with a small chuckle, clicking the pocket watch open and shut as his thoughts spiraled back to the night's mystery. If Klein shot himself, why did Melissa hear it? Was it truly suicide or something deeper? Melissa returned shortly, her expression still tinged with exasperation. "Klein," she said softly, "take out the remaining bread. Remember to buy fresh ones today. There's meat and peas, too. Your interview's coming up. I'll make mutton stew with peas." Her voice carried warmth beneath its practicality. She brewed weak tea from cheap leaves, poured 2 cups, and shared rough rye bread with him. Joe grimaced at the taste but ate in silence. After breakfast, Melissa tidied up, reminding him twice to buy only 8 pounds of bread so it wouldn't spoil. She donned her worn veil cap, shouldered her handmade school bag, and headed out for her long walk to school. Just before leaving, she turned and added, "Don't buy too much mutton or peas. Benson might come back on Sunday. And remember, 8 pounds of bread." "All right, sure thing," Joe replied with a tired smile, mentally repeating asterisk Sunday as a marker of time. The days and months in this world mirrored his own, but the existence of 7 gods, the eternal blazing sun, the lord of storms, the evernight goddess, and others, hinted that he was in a parallel world altogether. As the door clicked shut behind her, silence fell once more. Joe Mingrui exhaled deeply, his thoughts circling back to the ritual, the luck enhancement that had changed everything. Sorry, he thought bitterly. I really do wish to return home.